Question, Shreyansh.
Yeah.
So, in my case, also, I have been, let's say, like a senior QA engineer for like almost more than 5 years. So, like, growing to the lead role, right? Like,
Mhm.
how you should do it, and even like there can be some issues within your organization where you are working, but finding the right opportunity outside I find it difficult because they want some experience around leading the team, where you don't have that. Like you don't showcase that in your current position. So, like how you can tackle such issues.
So, Sarang, that's the problem of today. The roles we are playing here, right? Engineering leaders or managers and directors, more often than not, people are considering these as replaceable titles or people because you're not contributing in terms of technical aspects in someone's head, right? Or you are drawing higher salaries. That's the problem which people have. And now that the contract model or vendorship model is coming out openly and number of people are offering all of those services, it has become a bottleneck to have multiple leads or multiple managers in that company, right? If you remember what we were doing in our previous workplace, we had 4 or 5 engineering leaders taking these aspects, right, which made no sense. So at times, what happens is startups usually get a lot of money and then they start hiring for senior roles. That's what startups will do, or that's what companies which have higher leadership will open up because for them, outsourcing and vendor model is somewhat beneficial, right? Nobody wants to incur cost in terms of having individuals, assets, and then seats, and then their growth and all because you will then incur, let's say, for example, X money per year. But if I just give it as an outsource activity or on a vendor model, I am just looking at a monthly component of 3 lakh, which probably I can cut down also if required, right? Because that's not my responsibility or add on. And then there are different aspects of hiring also. So if you are stuck in your internal company, the idea is to evaluate with your manager, reporting managers of what is it that should take, which is why I believe one-on-ones that usually happen in the company should be the right place where you should be addressing these questions of let's say you have been QA or senior QA for these many years, you think you deserve this, or what is it that you are not doing will get you to that next level, right? Or how can you scale up? So these would be the right set of questions, but at times companies are also not doing because it's easier for somebody to not be bumped up in terms of pay skills. I think industry is going through a trend where they are not getting promoted or they're not getting higher pays in terms of bump up in salaries and all. That's also cautious. That might be a silent or a soft nudge of saying feel free to move out because this is what will offer the max, right? And that's a limitation of working with startups and product companies or service companies altogether. There is no, I mean, direct solution to it. The best place is to keep looking answers within your internal companies, internal management of what is it that you should be doing more. And then towards the year end or your review cycles, get that clarity if it is working out. But if it is being, let's say, nudged or dodged over year over year, so you know already that you're not being looked at from that perspective, and you should be totally looking out. Again, at times people will have to consider that instead of fetching the titles, they should be looking at what is it that the role will offer to them. Once you start going higher in terms of your experience and the roles, it will matter to you a lot in terms of the workplace you are going to work with and the leadership you're going to work with. Money will become subjective beyond the time, and your role will also become subjective or not important beyond a certain period for you also. That's again something I'm saying from experience. Once you go to a cycle where you have worked with somebody and you know what kind of workplace or environment you wouldn't want to get into, you will have to think of not going to this particular aspect as well, right? Not being a lead and not being a manager at all, and being an individual contributor as well. So open up to the discussions when you are looking at roles for with the new company, understand from them that what is it that they are expecting of you. You can do, or you can always say that you have been playing the lead or the soft lead aspect in your senior QA domain. There is no cycle that you can't be playing this softly. Technically, you are not a leader per se, but you have been emulating these aspects as well in your career, right? You can always say that you have number of people in your team who are at similar or maybe junior experience, and then you are working with them, mentoring them, and all. That's what a usual leader will do. So think from that and always question the hiring managers or whoever you are dealing with in terms of understanding what the role is and how the role will shape up, right? That should give you right clarity if whether this title serves you well